Welcome, my leaders.
Before you do anything, click off this video and read the first chapter of Blue Period. Just do it, trust me. You back? Alright, I'm not gonna pretend to be an art connoisseur or anything, but I want to talk about the title, Blue Period. If you didn't know, in real life, Blue Period refers to Picasso's work between 1900 and 1904, where he mainly painted with shades of blue. His works during this time reflected his depressive and dark mental state. However, Blue Period the manga is the opposite of this. Yatara Yaguchi's journey is one of positivity, of awakening, of passion. The cover art of chapter 1 uses similar shades of blue, but it depicts positivity through creativity. All around his room are paintings, his pants are stained, and you can clearly see the creative mind he has. Even though I know nothing about art, Yatara's story is one I can relate to strongly. Balancing between his parents' conflicting ideals about school, doing things just for the sake of socialization, but most of all, working so hard for something that feels void of any meaning. But when he first sees that painting in the art room, like a moth to a flame, he is instantly captivated. Then, the art teacher basically sums up his character when she says, "I feel like you try to appease your surroundings a bit too much." He believes that you can't be honest if you want to survive in this society. He acts with a mask on, always conforming to society and his surroundings' expectations, seeking to appease them. But while watching a soccer game, he questions himself. Why is he so happy for someone else? Why is he shouting so hard? He comes to the realization that these feelings aren't his. This pride doesn't belong to him. He even says it himself earlier. "I get a bit sad whenever people praise me." He feels no pride, no happiness in his own accomplishments. The morning after the game, Yataro is with his friends in Shibuya. This panel juxtaposes emptiness and potential meaning. The cigarette represents the emptiness Yataro feels in appeasing society. That is why he smokes only with his friends. He wants to fit in. In contrast, behind him is a poster for an exhibit about Picasso's Blue Period, which represents the unknowns of art. He doesn't understand the art world. Why do artists make art? But at the same time, he knows that he was captivated by the thought of it. Potential meaning. Unknown, but potential. After this panel, he admits to saying things other people want to hear to make them like him. But then he remembers what the art teacher said and speaks honestly for the first time. Isn't early morning Shibuya pretty nice? His friend immediately claps back and Yataro brushes it off. But this is the start of his character arc. The next day, Yataro meets Mori, who painted the painting from earlier. After expressing his envy of her talent, she responds by saying the same thing Yataro said earlier. She simply put in a little more work in than others. She also said something I completely agree with. Complimenting someone about their talent is completely disrespectful to him because it disregards the hard work they put in. He tries to explain Shibuya in the morning to her for reasons even he doesn't know, but he can't put it in words. Thus, in art class, he actually actively puts an effort in his project, trying to recreate that blue world. He compares his friend's opinion to his own, and he says, "I didn't know it was so scary to declare that you like something." This is the most relatable quote from this chapter. Declaring something that you don't like is like testifying in a court case. You show vulnerability, and you put yourself out there to be judged. The fear of being judged is Yataro's problem, and the reason he tries to fit in. After getting praise for his piece, contrary to what he said earlier, he starts crying out of joy. It felt like I communicated with others for real. Blue Period is not a dark story like its in real life counterpart. No, rather it's a life-changing masterpiece that conveys the hardships of chasing your dreams. Because this story is not all sunshines and rainbows. Later in the story, Yataro meets and overcomes many obstacles. The difference between a dream and a passion is the amount of work you put in. In Yataro's case, it's his discovery of a language without words, and learning to speak it with all of his heart. Thank y'all for watching this video, man. Seriously. I just want to say this is just scratching the surface of what this series has to offer. So just continue reading and I promise you it will demonstrate its mastery even more. Anyways, thank you for watching. Peace.